Yes, hello everybody, and welcome back once again to the Dynasty Hotseat. It's the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified inferno. Today we're back with the worst team ever. We're going live again, just like we have every week of the season so far. I'll be updating you guys with how everything's going, what's been happening with the team in the last week, and you're going to let me know the moves that we should make. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. If you could be so kind to leave a like and a subscribe as well, that would be absolutely fantastic. But even more importantly than that, if you see what's happening in this team, I want to know what you think. So please leave a comment down below saying what you would do, what you would change about this team, and I'll get to it. I'll try and do it. So if you fancy yourself a bit of a dynasty mind here, go out there and leave a comment saying, what do you think we should do? As Taylor enters the chat. Hey, Taylor, hope you're doing very, very well, my friend. We're going to get right into what we were doing. Taylor said, as soon as I saw our players pop off, I wondered if we won again. Well, Taylor, let's get right to it. Let's catch up from last week, will we? So let's pull up from here. Obviously, after Thursday Night Football, did put Kirk Cousins on the block. I mean, Kirk Cousins even made a trash player like Drake London look good. So, I mean, that guy has to go for a high price now, right, Taylor? No, Drake London looked damn good as well, didn't he? Looked really, really impressive. Can he build on that? Who knows? If he does, man, I'm happy to admit I was wrong on that guy. I'm not out here pretending that I'm some kind of prophet and everything I say is going to come true. So if Drake London continues on, yeah, I'm happy to admit I was wrong in him. But Kirk Cousins, 500-yard man. We'll see if we've got any offers for him. Hopefully, we can get something. There's some waiver wire activity. Someone picked up McCole Hardman. Oh, that was us. No, not bad. So we picked up McCole Hardman. We dropped Donny Munt. Nathaniel picked up Sky Moore. Brent, there's a bit of an issue with Brent maybe not being active. Maybe he didn't set lineups or something. Good to see Wanty on the case there. That's always good to see. This is glorious, by the way. Look at this. Look at this. Best manager, not just me, all of us. Team Mags to riches. Look at that number. 100% perfect lineup. That is literally as good as it gets. And hopefully, Taylor, you're right. That will get us a chance to go out there and sell Kirk Cousins. Guys, if you're watching live, please feel free to join Taylor and leave a couple of comments here. If you're catching this retrospectively, whatever you want to call it, then you can still leave a comment. You can still leave a comment down below on YouTube, and I will get to it. After I get to this recap here, I will go to the comments. You're about to see I'm going to pull up the YouTube comments from last week as well. You'll see what I mean. Just leave a comment if you think there's something in particular that we should be doing. So 100% of the perfect lineup, and whenever I show you the lineup, that'll be quite funny considering one of the players got 0 points. That kind of shows you how terrible this team is. The worst manager, Brent, 29%. Maybe that's why Wanty's asking if he was there. An impressive 42 points. They must have started some bye players for sure. Aselmo crushing him with that. Wanty beating Nomad. That's a huge shame, isn't it? That's very upsetting. That Wanty beat Nomad. Very sad about that. Aselmo was the highest score. Brent was the lowest. Overachiever, 85% over our projected target. Our projection was 94 points. We got 174 points on the week. And as Taylor said, we don't have any running backs. So we did pretty well. We'll see the lineup in a minute and you guys can see. Bills Mafia was unfortunately below expectation. And then you guys all know this. These are like the QBs and stuff for the week. Nathaniel dropped Tim Patrick. Nathaniel dropped Sky Moore. And then some pickups. Jake Hayner was picked up by Nathaniel. I think we've got Spencer Rattler in this team. He might be the boy to go ahead. We picked up Curtis Samuel for $2. Pretty sweet because, look. Where'd it go? Yeah, there was another bid on it as well. So it was good that we put in that little tiny little bit of fab to go and get someone like Curtis Samuel. Der Ogungwale got picked up by Wanty. Kavonte Turpin got picked up by C.A. Buckeye, as did Amir Abdullah. Taylor Heineke's been dropped. Tyreek Hill went on the trade block. And Carson Steele got dropped. I don't think Carson Steele's been that relevant fantasy-wise. No, he's not been relevant at all. So probably not worth anything. In terms of trades that went out last week, all trades have been rejected from last week, apart from this one. Trey Tucker and Rome Wilson for Zay Flowers. Chadley not got back to us yet on that one. So we'll leave it for another while. If that's still there this time next week, I've already messaged Chadley as well. We can just delete it, I think. And just move on. So let's have a look, guys. You've seen the title of the video. You know what's happening. Let's have a look. Week 5. We did it again. We did it again. We are 2-3 on a team that should be 0-5, or at least definitely should have been when we first took it over. We are now 2-3. Look at that. Kirk Cousins crushing it. 43 points. Dalvin Cook coming right in at his expected 0. Absolutely crushed it, Dalvin. Love it. Fantastic. Jamie joining the party. Hey, Jamie, what's up? Good to see you, bud. Jamie, we won again. Can you believe it? 2 weeks on the bounce. We actually won. With Dalvin Cook and Samaje Perine as our running backs. Like, that is crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. This is the guy. Brian Thomas Jr. What an epic trade. What an absolutely epic trade we did to get Brian Thomas Jr. on our team. T. Higgins, excellent work from everyone. We were sort of unsure on what to do with T. Higgins earlier. We ended up deciding to hold T. Higgins. I think that's going to turn out to be a really good choice because we were getting offered second round picks for T. Higgins. I think this kind of shows you a performance like this kind of shows you that T. Higgins is worth considerably more than that. So great choice from us to hold on to him there. Dalton Schultz, pretty solid performance from him considering the landscape for tight ends. Xavier Worthy got himself a lovely rushing touchdown. And, of course, a couple of receptions as well. Juju Smith-Schuster. What did I guys tell you last week? I said this guy's going to be involved. 20 points. This is for me anyway. Let me know if you agree. Leave a little comment. This is the must-sell guy for the next few weeks is Juju Smith-Schuster. Because I think the second Rashee Rice is back, he becomes irrelevant again. And I think we have seen that without Patrick Mahomes, Juju is irrelevant. So I think he is top of the chopping block. Let me know if you agree. Jamie asking, with those 2 wins, are you still in last place? We'll have a look at the league in a minute. And then Taylor saying, yeah, definitely agree selling Juju. I think that's a must do. Then, boom, look at this. Darius Slayton coming in, absolute clutch, 122 yards and a touchdown, 26 points. He might be another one that we could sell. I feel like Slayton, not as, an interesting name as Juju, not as hot a name as Juju right now, so it might take a little bit longer for Slayton to become a sell. Jacoby Brissett, man, we tried. Damn it, we tried to sell Brissett, right? We sent out offers to everyone. We sent out a 3rd-round pick offer to everybody in the league. We tried to use him as a throw-in. We tried targeting the Drake May owner. We tried. Nobody wanted Jacoby Brissett. And to be honest, I don't blame them. The guy sucks. So why would you want him on the team? We'll maybe not drop him right away. We'll see how Drake May does. But yeah, Brissett looks like he could be one for the chop block as well. And then you can see nothing on the bench. We're still holding on to Winston and Tannehill for now, but yeah. Nothing. Do we score any points yet? We got Bourne. He came back. That's an interesting one. Mac Hollins is there. Nicole Hardman scored a bit. Zacchaeus and all these guys. But yeah, we had an absolutely perfect record. Picked the team flawlessly. 100% correct. What does that do for the league? let's have a look and have a little check of the standings, and you'll see that it's Brent in last place. Brent with 1-4 is in last place. Then Sean M in 11th. Rye, my guy Rye, all the way down in 10th. Then Bill's Mafia in 9th. Then Team Mags to Riches gloriously in 8th place with an astonishing record of 2-3. Sure, we scored less than these guys. Like, Bill's Mafia must be furious. Scored 200 points more than us. He must be fuming. But look, Nathaniel, he's the same record as us. Chadley is the same record as us. And then it goes up to Anselmo, Saitama, and the other guys up at the top. But we're, in touching distance of the playoffs. Are we? Like, that is mad. We're obviously not going to get there with this team, but guys, this is so much better than I think any of us were expecting year one. So I think we've done a really good job of building a team up of these young guys, and a lot of these young guys are starting to hit, and then some real savvy pickups here as well. Now, we have something to address. You'll see this. We have 2 players no longer eligible for the injured reserve. Those players are, I'm guessing, KJ Osborne and Noah Brown. So we will have to pop those guys onto the bench. And that probably means we're going to have to drop someone. Now, it might be that we end up dropping them. Do we have to drop anyone? Yes, we must drop one player. So this is a decision that we are going to have to make today. I will scroll through and we'll go through each of the players. I'll let you guys choose who it's going to be. But yeah, let me know. I think I just seen Taylor asking, did we just take down an undefeated team? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think we did, I think he was undefeated last week. I'm pretty sure you're right. So yeah, we crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. What an underdog story. Meg can still get injured the way he runs. A horrible lot. Yeah, I think Brissett has to be a hold for now, Jamie, as well. I'm right there with you. So let's see who we can drop. Obviously, we're not going to drop Kirk Cousins. Dalvin Cook, I mean, he's almost like the team mascot at this stage. Like, I mean, he's been in there doing his thing, right? But we could probably drop him. But I feel like he's someone that's maybe going to see the field. I don't know. Maybe he is literally cooked, right? Not going to drop P. Ryan or Thomas or Higgins or Schultz. Not Worthy or Juju or Sid. Not going to drop any of these guys. Mac Jones, I think he's going to get another job somewhere next year, so I think we should keep hold of him. Jameis might get a run out this year, the way Deshaun Watson's playing. Tannehill, that's a pretty good drop candidate. Hull, another one. Has Brown played yet? Yeah, he's played a bit. He's all right. Well, it might be worth holding on to him. Ryan Flournoy. We'll keep him, I suppose. He's barely seen the field. It's maybe worth giving him a run out. Kendrick Bourne. We've not really seen the wide receiver at New England there that will take over and become the guy if there is going to be one. So he might be worth holding on to. Mac Hollins was slightly relevant week 1, but he's done almost nothing. He might be someone that we might be able to drop. Hardman, we could hold on to, I suppose. Zacchaeus. He had a pretty good week in week 4. Let's hold on to Zacchaeus. We'll see. Josh Reynolds. Someone's got to be the guy over there. He's okay. He gets you like 5, 6, 7 points. Can't really sniff at that in this team. We're not going to get rid of this guy. He's a young guy. We've just picked up Curtis Samuel. KJ Osborne, I think, has the actual potential to be that number 1 target in New England. And then we have Noah Fant and Mike Gesicki. And that's it. That's it. Do we have anyone that we could move to IR? We do not. All right. So that means that we have to drop someone. Anyone got any ideas? I'm leaning Hull, Tannehill, maybe even Flournoy. Taylor saying Hull or Flournoy droppable. I think Hull for sure. Hull, yeah. Chris, I'm with you. Flournoy, yeah. We're gonna have to drop one. So Hull, right? He's not been able to beat out Trey Sermon, so he must really suck. So Evan Hull, nice knowing you. See you later. Goodbye. Watch him have a breakout week now. That's almost certainly going to happen. So Hull is off the team. We are now within the regulations. Happy days. Let's have a little scroll back then, shall we? And see what some of the comments from the last video were saying. These are the comments that people did like outside of the live stream, if that's making sense. So we're in the live stream right now. I've got people like Chris and people like Taylor chatting to me right now. If you've missed this and you're watching it after, then leave a comment on the video because I'm going to pull it up like this. So you can see here are the comments from the video last week. So let's have a little look and see. So King Rex saying, I'd pick up Ronnie Rivers. He's the number 2 running back for the Rams. All right, let's note down Ronnie Rivers. I'm tentative about that, to be honest, because I think Blake Corum will eventually take that role quite comfortably, actually. But we could have a look at Ronnie Rivers and see what's up. King Rex also saying wouldn't go for Tua. He could be playing his last season. I have tried to get Tua. It's not happening. I was messaging Wanty about it. He's just simply refusing to sell low on Tua. So, yeah, it seems like he's ride or die with Tua. He will just let it crash and burn if he needs to, but he's not selling low. Corum might snap Rivers' passing. Yeah, I think Corum's much more talented. I think Corum's more talented than Kyron Williams, to be honest with you. So we'll have to wait and see if Corum finally gets a bit of a run out with this team, because I think he is quite a good player. He got a very good nose for the end zone as well. At least he did in Michigan. So we'll see what happens with Blake Corum there. That Lamar trade is a disgrace, absolute robbery. Yeah, if you remember from last week, there was a trade about Lamar. It was an absolute shit show, wasn't it? I can't quite remember what it was, but it was the Lamar side won easily. Chris saying Rivers is trash as a Rams fan. I said, yeah, Ronnie Rivers, right? Ronnie sounds like a guy, like a fake country and western singer in like some kind of teen drama, right? Like Ronnie Rivers is like a made up name. But yeah, he's not great. Kyle, now this was interesting. I'm behind this with Kyle. Kyle's saying, look, let's just take Trey Tucker off this practice squad and start him. We don't have our own first. We don't have our own second. The people who have them aren't selling them to us. So we may as well just try and win as many points as possible and screw the guys with our picks. Yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards that, Kyle, to be honest with you, because what else we got to do? We may as well make those picks worse out of spite. Sure, we're making our 3rd round pick worse, but I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, really? So I think we could do that. We could have a look at that. So I'll put that on the list as well, Kyle, of seeing if we can make room for Tucker. I know that we have Tannehill, so we could probably just drop him and elevate Trey Tucker from the taxi squad and start rolling with it. Why the hell not? Jamie saying, Kyle is awesome. My co-host for the Sunday morning show are going for 2. Yes, Jamie, you and Kyle absolutely crush it. 2 of the best guys in the industry. If you guys don't listen to it right, make sure you go over to the Going for 2 YouTube channel where you can catch out Jamie and Kyle every single week. They do a great job. Kyle also saying, I will not trade Tucker for Judy in the rebuild. Keep the team younger. Yeah, that trade was rejected anyway in the end. I think we wanted like Judy plus for Tucker, and it was rejected. So we'll not be doing that. RB Raven. I'm a biased Ravens fan, but I may have some interest in Likely. Have a sneaking suspicion one of him or Andrews isn't in Baltimore next year. Let's see if we can put in a sneaky bid for Isaiah Likely or Mark Andrews. That's a sneaky one. He is older, but he's not that old. And that could be someone that's a great candidate for a rebuild team looking for a bounce back on Mark Andrews. I wonder if we could get a sneaky offer in for him. We do have Dalton Schultz. Will that get it done? Will that get it done? Maybe. Mark Smith saying after Kirk's game last night, could we trade him for Pat Mahomes? The guy wants a quarterback and picks for Mahomes. Why not see whether he'd be interested in Kirk and Higgins, maybe a sweetener on top? We could go after Mahomes. I did make a point for anyone who's listened yet on the Fantasy Wildcard Dynasty show, even though I'm obviously a big Chiefs fan, I did have to point out Patrick Mahomes not that great for your fantasy teams. He's a guy that will sort of consistently probably finish a low-end quarterback one now, just with the way that he's been playing. The only way that would change is if Xavier Likely, I got Likely in my mind. If Xavier Worthy becomes someone that he can really trust going downfield, like he was able to trust Tyreek Hill, then we'll see those points starting to accumulate, those long passing yards, those long touchdown passes. But at the minute, he's happy to dink and dunk it to Juju Smith-Schuster, dink and dunk it to anyone, really. Kelsey, anyone on the field. And just slowly matriculate down the field, clock manage, make sure the defense is well rested by the time it gets back on the field. Yeah, he's not a great fantasy quarterback, but he is, the best quarterback in the league. That doesn't always translate to fantasy. We've seen that with Tom Brady for so long, right? Towards the end of his career, he did start to pick it up with the amount of touchdowns he was throwing. But yeah, Mahomes maybe isn't the best guy at the minute anyway, because he would cost so damn much. Chris agreeing and Taylor agreeing. Wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Lots of people agreeing. That's great to see. And then actually, Taylor, you're right. He's likely probably too expensive as well. But we could prod it and see. We could have a little look and see. Jamie saying, you mentioned Mac Jones as a whole. I have to choose to drop one before tonight's game. Mac, Trey Lance, or Miles Sanders? Thoughts? Chuba Hubbard's like crushing Miles Sanders, right? Chuba Hubbard's like sneakily like the running back. Is he running back 8, 9 on the year? He's doing actually not bad. Trey Lance with that Dak contract, who has more chance of being a backup now? Or not a backup, a starter? Trey Lance or Mac Jones? Probably Mac Jones. You could probably drop Trey Lance. You could probably drop Miles Sanders. I would say hold Mac Jones. But you could probably drop either Lance or Sanders, I would say. Taylor saying, yeah, you can go ahead and drop Sanders. I don't think anyone's really going to miss Miles Sanders. When's the next time you're going to start him, right? Let's have a look. I'd wait and trade Tucker. With Devontae leaving, he'll go up more and more. He isn't doing bad either. Yeah, TD 20. Yeah, absolutely agree. I think his value's going to go up, so that's pretty good. Pick up Curtis Samuel. We did! Superb. And then Chris, hey, look at that. You're on TV. I like Tua, but you can get a wide receiver, a running back, and picks for Cousins. I would do that. Yeah, we got nothing for Cousins. That was slightly annoying, right? Not a single bid has come through for Kirk Cousins. What we might do is have a look and see at some of these teams in the league. So we might scan the league for quarterback and see who's weak there and see if they might want Cousins to bolster it. That's maybe a good idea. So maybe approach people instead of waiting for the offers to come in. Let's see. Cody Black saying Lamar. Yeah, he liked the Lamar side. The field's volatile. Yeah. Najee trade was bad too. Wanty won that heavily. Yeah, I agree. Both those trades were fairly easy to tell who was who. Look at that. You're on the screen. Look at that twice. Hold on. Can I do this? Are you up here as well? No, you're there. You're on twice, Chris. What an absolute hero. Fantastic. So that is everyone all caught up from last week. So why don't let's pull this up again. Let's flick back over to Sleeper and let's set this lineup, will we? Set the lineup and then we'll get into some of the things like elevating Tucker. Let's do that first, will we? So let's elevate Trey Tucker into the squad. Is this one of these taxi squads where you can actually move people back in? No, you can't. That's fair. That's fair. I do prefer it that way, to be honest. Which means we need to drop someone. Tannehill, right? Or Flournoy. What do we think? Tannehill or Flournoy? I don't think either of those guys will be really missed that much, to be honest. Tannehill doesn't look like he's going to be picked up by anyone anytime soon if he wasn't picked up by the Dolphins. So, yeah, and Flournoy, is he going to do much there? Who knows? Toss a coin. Do I have a coin? I could actually toss a coin. Who's got a coin? Someone toss a coin. Heads, Tannehill, tails, Flournoy. Someone do that, please. I have a coin on me. Has Taylor done that? Tannehill. Did you toss a coin? I'll just get rid of Tannehill. Let's do that. Tannehill, where'd he go? He's hiding. He's probably at the top if he's a quarterback, isn't he? No, he's not. He's there. Right. He's 35. When was the last time he played? Did he play last year at all? No. He did a little bit. Yeah. All right. Tannehill. See you later. He's gone. So now Trey Tucker's in our team, so we can utilize him. Let's set it and see. So, Kirk Cousins, he is playing for us. Jacoby Brissett will not be playing. So now we are rolling without a quarterback either. Cool. All right. So, Dalvin Cook and Samaje Perine. I think we might have to roll with... right. Okay. We're rolling with Dalvin Cook and Samaje Perine, unless we can find someone on the waivers, which we'll have a look. We will have a look. Brian Thomas and T. Higgins. Yep. Pretty good. Dalton Schultz. Yep. Worthy and Juju are on bye. This is going to be absolutely... Trey Tucker. Let's put him in, right? We've just elevated him. We may as well put him in. Let's put him up there because T. Higgins is playing later. And Juju. Tempted to have a little stab at one of the New England receivers. Maybe Kendrick Bourne. Just with Drake May coming in, slinging the ball down the field. That could work. Right? Anyone else? We have a super flex spot we need to fill as well, so we'll need to move somebody into there too. Let's why don't I put him in there, and then I can't see your comments rolling in at the minute. You're probably telling me I'm an idiot and I shouldn't put Bourne in. That's fine. And then let's go. Christ, Reynolds. Samuel, he's got the ability to explode sometimes, right? Right. Okay. I'm going to go back and read your comments, and it's all going to be like, what are you doing? Josh Reynolds. Yeah, I was thinking Reynolds. Reynolds or Bourne. Polka's out of the team in snaps. I think he'll be the one. Yeah, probably. All right, let's put Reynolds in then, will we? Reynolds in instead of Bourne. Where did Reynolds go? There you are. All right, we got Reynolds in. Is there anyone else obvious that we're missing here? Osborne? No. Has he played yet? I don't think has he even played at all? No. Healthy scratch. Interesting. That's interesting, right? Bourne, Worthy's on bye. Zacchaeus? No. Harmon. We could put a tight end in, I suppose, but I mean, yeah. Matt Collins, Winston, and then Ofant, Flournoy, Mac Jones, and Brown. Curtis Samuel in the Superflex spot. All right. I think that's as good as we are going to get. What we need to do is scan the waiver wire now, I believe, for a running back that we might. Do we activate Rattler for the Superflex? Yes, we do, actually. That's a great try. Yeah, is he be confirmed? It looks like it. All right, let's do it. We need to drop someone else. That's fine. We've got we got a lot of trash. that we can drop. So, where do we begin? Something in the back of my mind is telling me to not drop him, and I have no idea why. He's wide receiver 1022. He's the wide receiver 6 in the depth chart. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah, because Kevontae Turpin showed that he's more. So Flournoy might be the guy, actually. Flournoy might be the guy to drop. Apart from that, everyone else here has got a little bit of a case to be made, I suppose. So do we go ahead and get rid of Flournoy, right? Drop Flournoy, yeah. Flournoy out and running back in before he swap out. Sorry, I've already done it, Chris. That's my bad. He's at least 4, 5, 6 when Coop. Yeah, exactly. Let's get rid of him. Let's drop Flournoy. Drop. Oh, he's not going quietly. There we go. See ya. And do we move Curtis Samuel for Rattler? Or is there somebody else that we should be putting in there? I've just taken Curtis Samuel out. Would you start Samuel or would you start, I suppose, Samuel or Reynolds? I think is the only real conversation here. Reynolds is questionable. He's got a hand injury. He's been okay for fantasy. So it's whether we want the boom bust or what do we think? Do we want Reynolds or do we want Curtis Samuel? Flournoy will be a beast when he plays. I mean, don't say that, Jamie. Don't say that. All teammates say good things about the player. To be fair, he'll probably be available next week. Samuel is playing the Jets. Yeah. If he comes up against Sauce Gardner, that's an issue, right? That is an issue. So let's leave it. Let's leave it as it is for now. If anyone's watching a bit later, leave a comment saying what you think. But I'm pretty happy with this lineup for now. So, well, I say that, and then we get to the top. Right, yeah. Not often you can say you're pretty happy when it's Spencer Rattler, Dalvin Cook, and Smashy Piran who's on a bye. But here we are. Brian Thomas Jr. and Trey Tucker are going to carry us over the line, though. So it's Dalton Schultz, T. Higgins, Josh Reynolds, Darius Slayton, and Kirk Cousins. Yes, that will carry us over the line. Let's have a look. Let's see which players are actually available. So, week 6 projections, running backs. Who is that? Hunter Lipke? What? Luke? Oh, Christ. That guy, Hunter, right? He's there. Shamplin? Is this like sketch? You guys know the sketch, right? The Key and Peele sketch when everyone's just got like the most ridiculous names. So even Kyle Juszczyk, we know who he is, but that's a stupid name, right? It was like Lipke Shamplin Juszczyk. Wow. DJ Dallas. I love me some DJ Dallas. Not seeing much here. Let's see if Sleeper missed out. Week 5 stats. Jeremy McNichols. Huh. He's doing all right. 20 points, 10 points. He could be someone worth picking up. CJ Ham, the fullback. Alex Engel, Lipke in there. Miles Gaskin in there. Wow. Carson Steele is obviously available as well, but I think we've seen Kareem Hunt seems to be the guy. Jeremy McNichols, maybe. Lipke, I think it's Lipke, right? He's a fullback. All right, okay. Fair. Let's not pick him up. Pick up Steele, drop Cook. At least Steele will get some carries. Yeah. Sad to drop our mascot, but Taylor, you're right. You're right. Carson Steele can be our new mascot. He's got a pet alligator as a mascot, right? So Carson Steele, he can come in. And then McNichols did that when Brian Robinson was hurt or limited playing time. Brian Robinson's been an absolute stud. I mean, the question is then, did he do so well that he can take over from Austin Eckler as the backup? Interesting, right? Hey, we got Caliber in the house. What's up? Hey. Missed the beginning of the stream, but was wondering what the plan is for Cousins after his big any trades in the works. Nothing coming through for Kirk Cousins yet, unfortunately, but we are in a little minute going to scan the league for people who are hurting a little bit quarterback and see if we can build some trades for Kirk Cousins. Taylor said Eckler's been doing good too. He has. He's actually had a quietly solid season. I've picked him as one of my DFS picks for this week, Austin Eckler. Just a sneaky kind of flex play because he has been doing pretty well. So is there anyone here then? Is there anyone for the season? Who's got the most points on the season? McNichols, Lipke, Juszczyk. Wow. Carson Steele. I mean, he's behind. How many carries is he getting a game? He had this big game here where he had a lot of the carries. But does he get anything with Hunt and P. Ryan and CEH coming through? Maybe. He's getting more than Dalvin Cook, probably, right? I don't know. It does feel. He's getting more than Cook. That's very true. That is very, very true. Do we have any more wide receivers and tight ends droppable and keep as many running backs as possible? I think Cook really. Why don't we activate C? He's still in the pup, I think. I think he's still injured, isn't he? Now, actually, I say injured. He's not actually injured. It says illness, I believe, from not that I have any Chiefs inside sources, but I do follow a lot of Chiefs news. I think it's like mental health things with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so it's kind of hard to know when he'll be back or what he'll be doing. If you pick up Steele and drop Cook, you've got 2 RBs on bye in the starting lineup, which is excellent. Which is, I mean, and nothing that we can really do about it because at the minute we're starting Cook, who's not active anyway. So that's Steele's in a bye, same as P. Ryan. Will we just go for McNichols? Will we? Let's do it. Let's pick up McNichols. Let's drop our mascot, Dalvin Cook. Very sad day for the team, but has to be done. We're going to have to slowly, as we build up our draft picks and start getting these trades done, we're going to have to say goodbye to some of these guys. It's very sad, isn't it? So let's go ahead. Let's pick up Jeremy McNichols, wherever he is. There you are. Chase McClellan's a good player, by the way, but he's just not getting anything. We're right. Waivers. Roster is full. Dalvin Cook got it. Unless there's anyone. No, there's not. Stop trying to hold on to mascots. Right. We've done it. Jeremy McNichols, he's been added. Are there any other players on here worth anything? Who's got the most points? Tight ends. McNichols, actually, up there. And a bunch of tight ends and then some fullbacks. The waiver wire is Byron. That's usually a good sign for a league, though. Whenever you have a Byron waiver wire, that's usually pretty good sign for like any kind of sneaky rookies that like haven't played yet. No, not really anything. Not that I'm seeing anyway. Well, that CEH coming through in the next few weeks. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see what happens. We picked up McNichols. Well, I can't put him in now, obviously, because the waivers run on Friday, but I will swap out P. Ryan, or Dalvin Cook, sorry. And then we'll pop in somebody else. Who knows? Who knows who? Who do we even have anyone? We literally have nobody else. So we'll have to have a blank spot in the running back room because we ain't got nobody else. We ain't got nobody else. Which is, what the whole point of rebuilding is in the first place. So we've set our lineup. Let's go ahead. Let's scan the league for quarterbacks. And then the other thing that we want to get to is, didn't we drop Kareem Hunt one time? I'm not sure. I cannot remember. I hope not. I hope not. Should we find out? This is going to hurt if we did. We probably did, We've had a lot of players on this team. And he was a free agent for a long time. Yep. We dropped him in May. So, right at the very start of this team. So, and he stayed on waivers until September. I think, that's kind of a hard one to call. Hunt was so inactive for so long. We dropped him in May. It was so long ago that, almost forgot about it. That hurts. Yeah, it does. It does sting a little bit. It does hurt a little bit, but what can you do? Right? What can you do? He's going to be worth a third round pick at most probably. Just with the way things go in this league, I think we maybe get a third from, which is nothing to sniff at, obviously. But yeah, bit of a shame we weren't able to hold on to him. But I think he was always going to go. He was probably on everyone's waiver wires. Not a lot of people stashing him, so we got to move on. We got to move on from Kareem Hunt, and let's see if we can. Now, trying to navigate sleeper on a computer is honestly like trying to fly a spaceship. So let's see who's weak at quarterback, and then we want to have a trade deal for either Isaiah Likely or preferably Mark Andrews. Goddamn, I bet you he's on Nomad's team. Is Mark Andrews on Nomad's team? He's not, thank God. Remember last week, anyone shooting in last week, every player we went to look at was on that guy's team. It's like uncanny. All the players people wanted were on his team, and the guy who decided he was not going to trade with us at all because he's a little bitch. So let's have a look. Who's weak at quarterback? Anselmo, super flaky here. Only having 3. Immediately, I always think that's so dangerous. One of them is Trevor Lawrence. He's not performing. Gino's sneakily killing it, by the way. Geno Smith, quarterback, 5 on the year. Nobody talking about Gino. He's crushing it this year. Fair play to him. Wanty, we've already tried to sell Cousins to, so that won't work. Anselmo might be a good target. Saitama's actively looking at another quarter. Yeah, look at that. Clifford, Milton, and Saitama, I think, that's a good guy to try and trade Cousins to. But just looking at the players he's got on the block, I'm like, is he trying to rebuild? So maybe Cousins is not ideal for him, but we could maybe piece together a deal for Kirk Cousins anyway and see if we can send out a trade today. Nathaniel, he's got Williams and Carr and Russ. So Nathaniel could be another one that we could try with. See, Buckeye, he's got Mayfield and Stroud and Herbert and Stafford. He's not going to really want Cousins. Rye's got Purdy, Dalton, Richardson. All right. He could be a contender. Chadley, Burrow, Fields, Penix. Yeah, he could be another one. Bills Mafia, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Bo Nix. He could be another one. Where are all the quarterbacks? We have a lot of them, I suppose. So does Wanty. Yeah, Wanty's got Kyler and Dak and May and Tua and Flacco. Sean M's got Hurts, Minch. Oh, by the way, if we want retribution for dropping Kareem Hunt, Gardner Minshew just been dropped, right? And we did sell him in the nick of time for a second and a fourth. And now, just yesterday, he has been benched for O'Connell. So I think that's great. We managed to pick up Minshew, right? This is great. Look at this. This is superb. We sold Cooper Kupp for Gardner Minshew, a first and a third. Kupp immediately gets injured. Who the hell knows what's happening if we ever see Kupp looking the same again. Then we're able to sell Minshew a few months later for a second and a fourth, and he's benched. That is excellent, excellent timing. So that's really, really good. I tried to sell Minshew for a second and feel, yeah, like it's great. Like it's great that we did that, Taylor. I'd like to send a package deal for Love. There are many websites for that, Taylor. If you want a package deal for Love, there's a lot of websites that can cater to that if you want. So just go out and you search. I'm not going to say any of them on air, but you can find lots of package deals for Love online. Don't worry. But if we're talking about the quarterback, yeah, me too. Let's see if we can try and put up a little Love package, shall we? So let's have a look and see if we can include Kirk Cousins. Why don't we start right there? Jordan Love. Let's see. I'd lol for real. Thanks. At least somebody laughs at my absolutely terrible, terrible jokes. So Bills Mafia, he's got him. Let's see. Jordan Love, he's on the trade block. All right. Kirk Cousins has to be part of that deal. Do we capitalize on Spencer Rattler? No, that's probably not going to get anything done. Ooh, what about that? Kirk Cousins and T. Higgins. Would that get it done? The issue is those are our only real assets. Juju could be an interesting piece as well. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. If we got Jordan Love and we sent Kirk Cousins and T. Higgins, I feel like that's a good deal. And I feel like that might even be accepted. What do we think on that? Yeah, leave a comment. That seems close. I would, if I seen a trade go through, I would take the Jordan Love side. So I'm feeling pretty happy about sending this through. I don't like having to give up two of our bigger assets, but I think we've seen that Kirk Cousins, people aren't really wanting to buy him. So we could send this without Kirk Cousins. Why don't we, why don't we just also, no, not Fab. See if we could add in a third maybe, and then hopefully we can get a counter back without the third and we can accept that. You know what I mean? You ever do that? You sort of slightly go too far and then they bring it down to something you were happy with anyway. All right. Let's is it Love Deal says a Higgins big game should sway it. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send that because I think Jordan Love is doing excellent. Like he's come in, lit the league on fire, doesn't show any signs of slowing down, super young team around him. Could be a guy that we put in our lineup every week, not having to worry about. Kirk Cousins could end up losing his job to Michael Penix at the end of the year, no matter how well he does. Let's do it. Trade sent. Package deal for Love. There we go. All right. Who else did we say could potentially be not here? Chadley, we said, because he's got Burrow and Fields. He's got Penix. So let's see. Chadley, could we do a deal with Kirk Cousins? I'm going to go ahead and say, would it be funny if we got Nomads first? I wonder if we go out and just offer like a first straight up for Kirk Cousins after. That's probably too much, isn't it? But let's go ahead and let's fire in. Let's rapid fire first round picks for Kirk Cousins, right? And see if anyone bites after his big game. So let's see if we get a little bite for Kirk Cousins of any of these guys who do need a quarterback. I'm just trying to scan and see if there's any players that stand out as well. That would be an interesting one, you know. That'll be an interesting one to try and fire out as well. Puka's injured. Cousins for Penix shit. We tried that already. He rejected it. If you remember a little while ago. Yeah, he should have rejected that one, sadly. I think we're just gonna rapid fire through. This is obviously fairly unbalanced, so we'll need to add something else on the other side. But I feel like Puka's a good buy low candidate right now because he is, sitting out injured, not doing much. So we could use Kirk Cousins and someone like, I think that's it looks terrible actually when I click it. It's going to say someone like Juju, but actually whenever you press it, it just looks like so insulting. So I can't really send that one out. But we could add on a little something extra. T. Higgins, we could again, but I feel like that's maybe a slightly step too far. So, well, why don't we chuck in Juju? We'll see if how much of a contender our guy Rye is feeling like. And then we have got, we'll not give ours, we'll give him his own 3rd round pick back, will we? His own 3rd round pick. Let's see what he does to that again. It's not particularly balanced, but I sometimes like to do this. I'll just sit and rapid fire through some trades and fully expecting a lot of them to not come back. Nathaniel, we've already tried with Nathaniel. He told me he was rebuilding actually, so we'll not waste his time. Nomad the Dick, we'll avoid him. Saitama, this was a weird sort of. No, he's rebuilding, so damn. He's rebuilding and doesn't have any of his picks. That's okay. Right. Who could we get? I'm not seeing anybody. I don't see a single thing here, really, to be honest with you. I see a 2027 first. So I suppose, oh my goodness. That, but I mean, maybe let's do a little shuffling about. See if we can get something that looks like a trade together. Yeah. Add a little to get Puka. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a counter from that and see. I wouldn't do that for Puka. No, neither would I, to be honest. But I think we're just whenever I know I'm sending out offers to like 5 or 6 people for the same player, I'm kind of just rapid firing things out and seeing what sticks. Worthy and Cousins for Puka and a 3rd. That could get it done, Taylor. That was maybe something we could circle back to later and do it. This, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. None of these trades I'm particularly proud of. None of these trades are particularly striking as excellent. Now, this is the one that really stands out for Selmo. This is the one I think we can get over the line because I think he's a guy that is looking to contend and could really add a little extra on top as well. So who could we go ahead and try and get? Like a Brandon Ayuk type guy, we could try. Devonta Smith, we could try. Does he have draft picks? He has a 1st round pick in 2025. That would be great. Do we do that straight up? Or is that a bit risky considering if his team is good? He has McCaffrey, so maybe his team is struggling a bit. Let's see. 1st round 2025. And do we just roll with that? Has he got Andrews as well? He does. All right, okay. So we wanted Andrews. And I talked about maybe using Dalton Schultz in here. That could be nice. Mark Andrews on a 25 first for Kirk Cousins and Dalton Schultz. That seems pretty nice to me. If he does want to contend, that's a good move for him. T-Law. T-Law's a good buy low. Does he have? He has T-Law, right? He does. Why don't we send him this first? Because we had Andrews as a target. And if he rejects that, we can ask him about T-Law. Or I'll tell you what, I'll note that down and say also interested in T-Law. I'll send him a message. and see if he gets back to us. So I'll do that whenever we go off the air. So let's send that in here and see if we get anything. And then, of course, we still have this trade that's active. Thomas dropped Joe Milton. There you go. Joe Milton has been dropped. No real interest to us. Send both. We could. I think I prefer the Mark Andrews one, so I wouldn't want him to accept the T-Law one. And then we don't get the Mark Andrews one, if that makes any sense. But if he rejects it, we can maybe swoop in for Trevor Lawrence. So I'll just message. Was that site? Who was that? Was it Saitama? No. It was Aselmo. I will message Aselmo and see what he would do for T-Law. We could pick that up next week. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming to join. If you haven't already made it this far, please do hit that like button, that subscribe button, share it around if you're enjoying the show, tell some friends about it. It is a fairly unique show from what I can tell. Not many people are doing it, so if your friends are looking for something different to watch in Dynasty Fantasy Football landscape, then send them over to the Dynasty Hotseats way. I want to go on a trading spree of my own. Exactly, yes. Go out and trade. You're playing leagues with me, Chris. Send me a trade. See what happens. It's going to be auto-rejected, probably. So, but feel free. Feel free to send in the thing that you want over. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. Hopefully, we can go 3 on the bounce this week. Very unlikely, but let's see what happens. And just reminding everyone, this has been another episode of the Worst Team Ever. At least the worst for now. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that greatness is not born. It's built. See you next time.